Hey guys, welcome back to a spooky post-market session where we're going to be going over charts live in live action. If you guys have access to Discord, you have this in real time. If you're watching on YouTube, you should be about 15 seconds delayed, I would say, give or take. This is not buy or sell alerts. This is, of course, day trading education. Going to be going over charts, and we will go over key levels that we have on our chart and what to look for and what's hitting the scans here in the post market. So stay tuned, watching for post market movers. It is, let's see, about 15 seconds until market close. No position for myself at this time. Going to share this out with everyone as well, so let me do that. Going to get this link out to everyone out there in our free chat. We are looking for aftermarket movers, guys. TPST 30 cents to $11.50. That was an aftermarket mover. So we are going to be looking for something similar to that. Let me get this link out first. So feel free to join in live here, aftermarket. Let's see, what do we have for time now? Let's get the chart up. All right, chart's up. We're ready to go. It's 4 o'clock. It's 4 p.m. Eastern time. We're past time. We're ready to look for something fresh, something new. Give us another TPST. I would prefer something a little bit more, a higher price. TPST started at 30 cents. We were well aware of it, but I really prefer stocks over $2 myself. That being said, we did well on TPST. Traded it from $1.20 is where I started trading it. Although we had it in our key levels channel well below that. So I've got charts. I've got key levels. MNTS was one that was moving today. I've got some key levels here. Of course, we all know that 550 is going to hold some weight. We hit 550 as a $0.50 test. 545 is the resistance level we're looking at. So 550, 545. Close above that level. That's what we want to see for continuation. If we don't see that, we are not really feeling it's going to be continuing. So the chart will tell us one way or another. We'll get this into our chats. We are live. And again, if you're in Discord, Gustavo, Natty, Adeg, I see you guys. You're going to have this real time. So you'll have this real time. Everyone on YouTube, you're going to have just a little bit of a delay. So it's not exactly real time. So just keep that in mind if you're watching on YouTube. And we're watching for post market movers. So AGBA on the scanners, pulling it up. AGBA. And most of these charts you'll see I already have marked out. If you see that it's empty, we will fill in some of these levels. So we've got AGBA moving here. So team in Discord, I'll be setting this out, and this thing is just ripping up right now, guys. 81 cents was the level. Key level is 81 cents and 91 cents. Getting this in chat now. Going to send this out to our team. So this will be in our Mark Charts channel. AGBA updated. So now you have those key levels, and the key level that is worth watching is going to be that 81 cents and 91 cents. So AGBA is worth watching close over 81 cents and 91 cents. And this is, of course, a cheapo, so that will knock it from being high quality, even though it doesn't mean it won't give us high quality results, just means want to be aware of that. We can see that it is a 67 million share float. Let me get this in chat. AGBA, cheapo. And we can see that it's right now kind of getting extended, right? We've got a bullish vertical trend, but we're getting a lot of volume here. These white candles are letting us know we have a lot of volume. So close over this level here, 78 cents and 81 cents. Target area would be 91 cents, $1 and $1.08, dollar being a mental level. No position for myself watching this one, AGBA. And this is going to be really just an educational approach. I'll be going over what I see in the market and in the aftermarket, and we'll try to find these low floats fast. So AGBA, we found this one fast. It's moving, hitting targets, right? We hit the 81 cent level, close above 81 cents is what we want to see as ticker AGBA. Yeah, appreciate you guys joining. Dad, Gustavo, Natty, appreciate you guys being here. If you guys see anything, just shout it out in chat too, and we'll go over it together. Right now, it looks like AGBA is the one to watch. 84 cents now, new highs. So we're grinding through this cluster of resistance. It tends to do that on these cheapos. The cheapos don't seem to really care about the cluster of resistance here as much, right? So there we go, new highs. There's 87 cents. I'll zoom in on this so everyone can see this clear as can be. 91 cents is the key resistance level above. Close above that is bullish, needs to then hold. Right now, 81 cents closed above. You can see this candle here. And if I click on this, you'll see it's a green candle closed above our key level, 81 cents. New highs now 87 cents. Is this A plus? No, it is not A plus, but it is moving in the right direction. And AGBA is moving higher here. So 87 cents is the high. We're looking for 91 cents as a target. 91 cents. Has to stay above 81 cents. Let me see. Let me pull up my brokerage. So in case I do want to take a trade here, I can take a trade with you guys. I don't think I'll trade large size. I'm not usually a big aftermarket trader myself. But that being said, I did get a piece of one recently, and TPST was an aftermarket mover as well. So just go with the market, go with the flow, right? So let me pull up what I have. And I use Webull for my trading. So watching AGBA, I'm not in this position yet. Let me pull it up and watch the level 2 here a little bit. So we've got resistance level. And you can see the short watch level. Let me expand this. If I could just click on it one time. So short watch level, I'll go down here. You'll see I've got a whole bunch of stuff on here. Let's go to the short watch. Short watch. Here it is. So let's make that large so it's easier to see. And where's the bounce watch? Let's make that large as well. So hit OK. So that's the BB key level spotter. We've got a major red. So now at this point, close over 81 cents is worth watching. Is it A plus? No, it's not A plus. We were extended here. We had a bullish vertical trend. If I check this out, measure this move, what is this? About 43% in less than 3 candles. That's a bullish vertical trend. It's a different version of it, but it is a bullish vertical trend. Close above 81 cents is what we want to see to maintain bullish here. So watching AGBA, we'll see if we get over that level. I don't hear anything else on the scanners yet. You can see this pink candle is a major red. Let's see, we got VTGN. VTGN, huh? Well, let's see what we have on VTGN. We'll keep an eye on AGBA. VTGN, 23 million share float. Should have it marked. We do. We'll get this in chat as well for our team. Sending this out to our team now. So this is VTGN. It could just be a false pop. VTGN, the key level. Let's look left a little bit here real quick. All right, we've got some resistance. We've got some recent bags here. So a lot of recent bags over here to the left. So this one is, it's worth watching, but it's going to have to get some volume before we can get excited behind that one. Let's hop back over to AGBA because this one does have volume. Not a whole lot of volume, but it's got something. SMMT now. Let's see what that one's doing. SMMT. This one's getting a pop. We've got this one marked. Nice. That saves me some time. That's great. SMMT here is moving. Got a lot of resistance on this chart, though. A lot of this is older resistance. Usually the older resistance will still hold weight. So this will hold weight. I'll get this in chat, but not in love with that chart. So I may just have to sit out and watch SMMT go without me. Might have some good news, though. But any good stock will hopefully give us a few good opportunities throughout the day and throughout the session. So we'll see what happens here. So SMMT getting a pop. Let's zoom out so we can actually see these levels. There we go. So $2. There's $2 as SMMT. We've got MNTS on the scanners now. SMMT testing $2. Let's see. Let's get rid of this one. We had MNTS up, so let's keep this one up. We've got MNTS marked. We don't have to waste time doing that. So a lot of times, guys, I'll spend time marking charts in my free time. I know that sounds pretty lame to some, I guess, but I love it. I love it. I love to be prepared. So 581, key level 545, 550, and 581. I'll set an alert up here. Go ahead and just hit the add alert, hit create. I think I have a few alerts on this chart already. So if we start to get moving up there, I'll keep an eye on it. Until then, I'm not too concerned. AGBA, what's going on here? You need to close back over 81 cents. If it gets over 81 cents, we're bullish Bob. If we're down below 81 cents, we'd mutate into bearish Bill, and we're not so happy about it. JG, cheapo scanner, JG, really cheap, 85 million share float, JG. I'll put that in the chat. JG is on the cheapo scanner. So that is JG. Not Kenny G, JG. So JG's on the cheapo scanner. We're talking cheapo, 25 cents. Doesn't mean it won't get to $1. Just means that it is a cheapo. We're not just talking just a cheapo. This is a full-blown cheapo. AGBA, it had the volume on its move up. It got through a cluster of resistance here. We can see if I highlight this whole area, it's going to be a cluster of resistance. And for you guys in Discord, I'm showing my chart on YouTube as well. So I'm not sure if you can have both up, but I've got the chart up on AGBA, and you can see that it's just a cluster of resistance. Doesn't mean it won't get through it, because it did. It just means we expect a little bit of choppiness and choppy price action. And these pink major reds, I mean, these are kind of to be expected on a cheapo stock. We're talking at this point 67 cents. So we'll see what it does. We've got a bounce watch level down here around 54 cents. So we'll see what happens around that area of 54 cents now, and then it's adjusting. So no position for myself. We can see that better if I pull it up on this one. This is the key level spotter. So this is a really cool indicator that we've built. All of these need to be a lot bigger. It would make it a lot easier to see. Large. I'll go to large. And you guys can see these are all the settings that I have in the this indicator as well. So I can change things on the fly. And I like that. Some of these I may want to turn off. Depends on what I'm looking at. So give me a second here as I turn these all to large so we can all see. Because I know I have a hard time seeing it. So I'm guessing you guys do as well. Unless you got some great eyes. I've got some pretty bad eyes myself. All right. Everything large, large, large. We need everything large because we can't see. Good? Okay. I think we're good. All right. There we go. We can see it better now. So that makes sense, right? Looks like a little mashup down here, but that's because a couple levels are, kind of grinding into each other. We've got a 20 EMA and the 9 EMA. 9 EMA is still above the 20, so that's a bullish sign right there. So that's one thing we can take from this key level spotter. We also know we have a 4-hour 200 EMA up here at 76 cents. So that might provide a little resistance with the VWAP at 74 cents. So we might get a little resistance in that area. So this will be interesting to watch as the 9 is still traveling above the 20, which again is pretty bullish overall, right? MNTS is creeping quietly. It's trying not to tell us, but it is. It's creeping quietly over here. So we've got MNTS on watch. Needs to get over its 545, 550, and 581. Set those resistance levels, alerts, and we're ready to go. Hearing JG again. JG from 25 cents, now 29 cents. JG is making the moves right now. It's giving us our biggest aftermarket mover, but of course it is because it only has to move about maybe a few pennies to really equate to a nice move. So here's MNTS giving us a little something, showing us some life. Let's zoom in on this so we can see it better. And this is a short watch level at the same level as the 545. So we've got two levels combined here. So we need to be careful because that means there's a lot of resistance there. It doesn't mean it won't go through. It just means, it's something to consider. Look at that. JG is now at 32 cents, guys. JG's at 32 cents. Imagine that. 32 cents on JG, the little cheapo. Been moving since 24 cents, 25 cents, and grinding. So that is a cheapo on the very cheapo scanner, which is nothing wrong with a cheapo scanner. It's just I don't find consistent gains myself on stocks under $1. I really prefer stocks over $1. But then again, I did make money on a few of these cheapos the past week. So it's nice to be able to make some money on them, but I can't honestly tell you that I'm going to throw, you know, a large enough size for it to be that lucrative for me. Back here in 1 second. So we're watching MNTS here on the chart. We've got our bounce watch level down here. Let me expand this. Let's see, where's the bounce watch? Here we go. Large. We want large. We can't see that normal size right now. It's too late in the day. Early morning even. We need to tone it down a bit. All right. So hit OK. There, now we can see a bounce watch level, short watch level up here. So we've got a couple levels, red level resistance, green level support, right? Makes sense. So we're basically predicting where it may bounce and it may start to short or show some resistance overall, and short sellers may take advantage of that. So that means up here 537, that's our short watch. Down here 445 and below, that's our bounce watch. So this will adjust though with the price and volume. So if we start to spike up, this may adjust up a little bit, and vice versa, this will adjust down if we start to spike down. But once they touch, or once they close above or start to enter into that zone, that's go time. That's when we're really watching something moving here. Man, JG is just continuing to be noisy. I've got 32 cents over there on JG. Looks like maybe that's the high. Let's see. Let's pull it up on the cheapo, on the key level spotter. JG. This thing is grinding. Look, we got a couple major reds. We've got a whole bunch of volume here. We're talking 400,000 shares. 400,000 shares in a aftermarket mover. That's nice. That's a 1 minute candle too, guys. This is a 1 minute chart. So a few key levels to look at. We've got the 200-day EMA up here. 200-day EMA at 40 cents. So I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to get to 40 cents, but if it does, it might see a little resistance up there, right? So something to watch. Something to watch here in this JG little cheapo. So we've got a number of these to watch. I've got AGBA, SMMT. What happened to SMMT, by the way? It just kind of went quiet on us. Yeah, it must have heard us and decided it didn't like the chart either. Everyone else saw that and said, you know what? Algos aren't going to care about this much, are they? So MNTS, it's got no volume. So it's kind of trickling up, down, sideways, but no real volume. The volume seems to be here on JG, oddly enough. So if we're watching this one, we've got a 200-day EMA at 40 cents. The high is 33 cents. We've got major reds, which I think makes a lot of sense. This one's a negative 14% candle, though. So I think it makes sense with these cheapos like this to see those major red candles a lot more often. So, you know, it's something to come with that territory. So again, if you're consistently profitable trading cheapos, then maybe that's your thing. You can see this is the 200 EMA down here on the 4-hour chart, and that would be a 18-cent level. So maybe it catches some support down here around there, around the 18-cent level, 15-cent level, or maybe even below, or maybe it just continues to grind and starts to see some resistance up here around 36 cents up to 42 cents, as that's our resistance zone. So this is, again, going to adjust on the fly. So we'll see what happens. You got MNTS is making some noise. Come on, MNTS. We're rooting for you. Let me pull up my thing here. Oh, there we go. MNTS. Big pop on MNTS. There it is. So it needs to close over 550, then 581 for continuation here. So just closed over 550. Target is 581. There it is. Target hit. And now we're going up. There's $6 next target right there. MNTS getting a pop here in the aftermarket. Right here, we're spotting it. It's not getting biased. Nothing does. MNTS came across our scanners, our bullish momentum watch, and the post bullish momentum watch, and our high of day scanner. Of course, we've been on top of this one. So MNTS is, you can see, giving us a profit target above. Let me go down here so everyone can see that as well. If I turn these two also to large, hit OK. Then you can see, okay, we've got a profit target here. So we've hit the profit target. That's why that signal is there. That means we've closed above it. We've already tested that level, and this is very important. So we're coming back down now. So let's see what happens. Needs to close over 581 and hold, but we just had a little reach there. Let me see what we've got. Want to see a close over that 581. Closing here in 1 second. Did not close over. This is a false breakout. Doesn't mean it's not going to continue though. Target here is 650 and 656. No position for myself at this time. Just sitting and watching, sitting on my hands, and they are getting warm right now. MNTS is testing highs. Hit $6. Close over 6 and 656 for continuation. Keep in mind, has not closed over this 581 yet. So has not closed over yet, but filled the gap to $6. We're catching this mover fast on MNTS. Watching here for a possible trade. I may trade this one. I won't trade it aggressively, but I'm watching here. This would be a risky setup as we haven't closed over the 581. You know what would be nice is seeing a breather here. See a little breather, pull back, red candle, and then close back over. Right now we can see that we're in a pretty hot trend here, moving up into this level, and we have a false break. So we'll see what this candle does. All right, closing here in 4 seconds. Did we clean close over our level? Green candle? No, we did not. Does not mean it won't continue, but for me, just sitting out for now. MNTS close over 581 is worth watching. At this point, $6, $650 and $656, that's target. So if you start to see it rip like this and you're in it, it's not a bad idea to lock in and secure some of that profit just in case it starts to pull back, as we of course are pretty extended here, right? So I need to see it close over 581. This is our breather. I like to see that. So a little pullback here makes sense. Now close back over 581, $6 for continuation. So watching on MNTS. No position for myself at this time. It's a pullback here, looking like a major red, but we still have 20 seconds on this candle, so we'll see what it does towards the end of this candle. 10 seconds left on the candle. Looks like a major red so far, but we'll see. Scanners are getting quiet all of a sudden, so MNTS is draining the market of its bullish run here. There's a major red. So close over 581 and $6 is what we want to see for continuation. At this point, we're bearish. We're turning into, we're morphing, right? I'm morphing from bullish Bob to now I'm bearish Bill, and I'm just, that's it. I'm done. You're dead to me, MNTS. But I'll tell you what, if it closes over 581, I'll change my tune. I'll morph right back into bullish Bob, and I may even take a trade here. Now, I will not trade large size. This is not buy or sell alerts. This is complete day trading education. This is my approach and me just going over market movers. And if I so happen to take a trade, then so be it. Doesn't mean you should be trading as well. Stick to the strategy that keeps you consistently profitable. And I can't stress that enough. For me, that is confirmation. And I trade low flow stocks like this MNTS every day. So watching here for a possible trade, MNTS close over 581 is what I'm looking for. If we can close over that level, it needs to hold that level. So hold the door. Come on, hold door, hold it. So close back below 581. That's it. That's all she wrote. I bail on the trade if I get in. And if I get in, I will not be trading large size. Why? Because it's telling me a story. It's got a cluster of resistance above. It has major red candles in its past. And there's things that I would need to be aware of before I just jump into a position. That way I can assess the size that I want to take. And of course, where to put my stop as well. So no position for myself at this time. Watching MNTS, it hit our target of 581, did not close over. Worth noting, did not close over. Hit our profit target as we saw here. We expected a pullback. This is our breather. That's okay. This makes sense. And let's hopefully turn around and close back over 581. Now, the thing about this is a lot of times in my past, I would be glued to this and I would say, you know what, please close over, close over, close over. And I'd be sitting here for half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours. And before you know it, I'd just be strung out. I didn't spend any time with my family and, whatever. Now I found I just set the alert. I get the alert sent to me on my phone as well. My office is just a room or two over. So if I get the alert on my phone and I really feel like I need to trade that setup, I really feel like it's something that's, worthy of my trade, then I can come running I come take the trade and actually look for the execution there. But MNTS, right now, it would be dead to me until it gets back over that key level of 581. Now it might just rip up, and again, that's fine. I don't trade aftermarket as often, but we are spotting these movers fast. Seeing NVOS on the cheapo scanner. I've got JG still making some noise on JG. This thing doesn't want to die on us yet. Let's see what it's doing. Come Come over to JG. We've got some major reds. We've got some a little 9 EMA, or excuse me, a 20 EMA VWAP test here. So hold that door, right? Hold it. Hold the line, man. Hold it, JG. But if it can't hold it, then we're going to fizzle back down to this oversold level of 19 cents. But if it can hold it, we're looking at that 200-day EMA 40 cents above, and this is a cheap pro. This is not confirmation. This would be just a key level spotter, just really identifying really common levels that traders would trade. So VWAP, 1 minute 20 EMA, 1 minute 9 EMA, overbought level, profit target level, short watch level, 200-day EMA, oversold level, 4-hour 200 EMA, buy zone, bounce watch, you get it. There's all kinds of levels on here. These are common levels used by many traders. So no position for myself at this time. Let's take a hike off of JG here for a minute. SMMT, I think, can just get off of our chart here. So let's go back to TPST, which surprisingly gave a lot of range today, a lot of movement, a lot of opportunity for trading. If you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, then of course it's very risky, trading TPST. And the reason for it is because last week it was from 30 cents to $11.50. Let me repeat that so that sinks in. This stock moved starting below 30 cents all the way up to $11.50 within 48 hours. So with that being said, that's a unicorn. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, we love to take advantage of it. Luckily, we did get a big piece of this. I made myself 80% on a lottery trade on it. I was very happy with that and ran to the bank. So TPST is definitely one to watch. It's got the range today. Again, if you know what you're doing, it's definitely one to keep on possibly trading throughout the week. MNTS. What's going on here? We're dying out. This is some spooky price action. This is our Spooktober price action in the post-market movers, and this is something that we don't want to see because this is just scaring us right out of the trade, right? We want to see a close over the 581. That's what we want to see. Close over 581. Give us what we want. Until then, we just can't sit here and watch it. Set another alert. There we go. And now I can't miss it. So I don't have to sit here and waste time watching MNTS. I can flip over and see if there's something else that's maybe valuable to me. Or I could just go through and say, you know what? None of this is valuable. This is a crappy setup. This is a crappy setup. This is a crappy setup. Let me just go ahead and go spend time with the family instead of wasting time staring at the screen. And then before you know it, you get an alert and it says, hey, it's testing below the key level that you're watching to possibly trade. You want to come trade it? And that's what gives me some time to get in the office, really decide on the conditions and tell me, is it worth my trade? If it is, what size is it worth? Where's that stop loss going to be? Where am I going to set a stop loss? Because no matter what, whenever I'm trading, I always have a stop loss, even if it's mental. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't always have to be a hard stop or a trailing stop, because of course, a lot of times we're trading in the pre-market time as well. But I always will have a stop loss attached to my my orders. So if I'm getting in, I'm trying to set the stop loss attached to it. If I can't in the pre-market, then it's a mental stop, and then I'm trying to get out as soon as I see something go against me. So I've got strict rules, as you guys know. If I'm trading my strategy confirmation, I'm looking for a close below. Now, if we're looking for something like a bounce watch, right? So if we go over here and I zoom in and we have this this setup right here, oversold, then this is a bounce watch. I'm not really looking for this to give me, a huge reversal. I'm looking for maybe 10 cents or so. So if I start buying in here, this right here is 31 cents. That's plenty for me. If I get 10 cents on a bounce watch, I'm happy with that. So these are nice scalps throughout the day as well that are provided after a move has already happened. So I'm not going to just trade, bounce watch alerts on stocks that have no volume or haven't popped or anything like that. I want to see these on things that have already made a move on the day. So those are the type of bounce watches that I'm looking for. We can see that we've got the bounce watch level around 454. And as the price comes down, this should drop a little bit too. So I would assume probably around 450-ish. 450 to 460 might see a little support here. Let's see. Now, I would recommend if you're trading, especially in the aftermarket, but pre-market too, you want to have the SEC filing page up. So have the SEC filing page up. Make sure that there's no, offerings that come out. If there's an offering that comes out, that's our worst enemy. Whenever you're buying a dip or you're buying a bounce or a reversal or whatever it may be, that's the risk that we run, is that typically that's when the offerings come out. It's not usually when a stock is peaking, the offering comes out. Not usually. Now, I don't want to say that it never happens, because it can happen, but it's not usually the case. Usually it peaks and then comes back and falls down a little bit, and then all of a sudden an offering comes out. So a lot of times it closes below a level like it did here, and this is where we know now it's bearish. We are bearish bill on this thing until all of a sudden it closes back above our levels, in which case we will morph into bullish Bob and be happy as can be and possibly take this trade. Until then, we're not too concerned with the price action here. So it's getting pretty spooky, right, guys? So let's look around the market real quick. I don't hear anything on the scanners. If I pull over our scanners here, we don't have anything really that's popping that looks that attractive. We had AGBA, we have MNTS, and these are trade idea scans that we have, which we use every day. If we look at our high of day in the post market, it's just MNTS. There's nothing else going on. It's just MNTS. So we know exactly what stock to be watching, and that would be MNTS. MNTS gave us alerts around 492. Not sure what the high of that move was. Yeah, 492 was the first alert, and the high was 616. Can you imagine that? Just that alone is opportunity itself, but I would never trade blindly off of the scanners, guys. That's the truth. The truth of it is that they are a radar, so they help us find the value in this market, and it helps us then execute our strategy, if I could talk right, execute our strategy going forward from there, right? So we are just looking for the perfect setups, and of course, they're not all going to be perfect setups. So this setup on MNTS today I thought was pretty crappy. So I set out, and sure enough, it ends up going without me. So this setup right here, 423, closed over this key level, held. It had a short watch profit target and a bullish vertical trend, but sure enough, it halted. And then before you know it, it hit 450 and $5 on the head, and that was our key levels. Then if we look to the right, because we filled the gap, $5 would be the key level. Let me go over to the right-hand side, and wouldn't you know that all of a sudden we closed over the level again. I took this trade, but I took it and got a bad fill. I was actually filled closer to up here. And so when it pulled back, I had to exit just to protect myself. It held the level, never closed below. And when you know, it hit the target above again up here at 545 and 550. So at this point, we need to see a close over 550. If we look to the right, there it is. Here's our close at 550, closed over, hit its target, never closed above, as this again is a red candle. So it did not confirm this level yet. And so at this point, we set our alerts because we want to see it confirm that 581 level. If it can't confirm 581, well, we can't trade it. And that's confirmation. That's for bullish momentum. Now, if you're looking again for the bounce watch, that's a totally different strategy. And that's a different story, different strategy. And that's something that we do implement every day in our Discord as well. We do have bounce watch alerts as well. And we trade these quite often. We love these. And the reason for it is because they're actually pretty successful. And the point of the Bounce Watch channel in Discord, guys, is that you have access to the time that the alert came through as well, the price, and the volume. So you can backtest these alerts to see if there's any value there or not, because sometimes there will be value and sometimes there won't be. So you guys can decide for yourselves if there is value there. I do believe that there is, but you don't have to take my word for it. That is the point of these notifications being pushed into our day trading chat, but also our Bounce Watch channel, so everyone can backtest these alerts real time. So if you don't get to it today, or you don't get to it tomorrow, maybe at the end of the week you can record those and see how they performed. So if you go into our Discord and you go down to the Bounce Watch channel, you'll see that we have alerts that come through. And again, if you hover over, you'll see 348 SMX. Right, SMX. So we've got different alerts, and a lot of times it will be the same stock, but you'll see the groupings of these alerts are from around the same time. So this was 746 to 749. This grouping here was when it was oversold. This grouping here was 730 from 728 to 730. This grouping was oversold. So 730 was oversold. 747 was oversold. So these are, again, bounce watch alerts. We get these nice bounce type of plays from them. And that's typically something that you'll see like this here. So this was oversold. We look for that. You can see it was oversold here. This little plus sign was another alert that we get in chat. This is oversold as well. And you can see it did provide some really nice moves from there. Now, I didn't set alerts on this one today because I think the volume was a little dead. Doesn't mean that they weren't successful. Just wasn't something that I felt was strong enough for our team. So looking for really high quality type of setups. But if we start to see that these are very successful, then we will place them on more I guess more charts and have them more alerted into chat, or have them alerted in chat more often. So no position for myself. It is what time is it? 4:34. Time's just slipping by. We don't have anything really moving. We had Wolf, WULF. I don't care for that one much, unless we get a little bit more volume. This one has a little bit of volume, just a small volume pop here. JG was the cheapo that was moving today in the post-market session just a few minutes ago, and now it's kind of just fizzling out here. So that's not moving too well, is it? I think MNTS, if we're looking for continuation, I think it's going to be MNTS, guys. So I think I'm going to shut down the stream for now, but for tomorrow morning, guys, MNTS will be on the watch list, and I will have the watch list out in our Discord this evening. So I appreciate you guys joining in. If you guys are on YouTube and you want to join the Discord, we have that link in the description as well. And for everyone who's in Discord who's listening, you guys will have access to the watch list, whether you're in the free chat or in the premium chat. So, guys, I appreciate your time. I hope everyone has a great night. And I'll see you in the next one. Market Movers.